Hey everyone, this is Marz Super on the Marz Super channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Duel Links set, main set that's coming out later today. Or the day before. It's coming out later today, trust me. Judgement Force. The new main box officially announced by Konami coming out today, later today. I'm very interested in this set. For about the last month and a half, I think I've been very frustrated with Duel Links' release. And I think they're doing a little bit better with this. Actually, no. I'm actually, to be honest with you, let me not even put no capping on it. This is probably one of the best sets we have gotten in a very, very long time. And if Duel Links keeps giving us sets like this, at least every other set, this will be freaking amazing. Like, I'm not that person who would be like overly hyped. I'm gonna tell you guys how it is. This is probably one of the best sets that we have gotten in a long time. And let's go into with the URs first. So as we guys do, we're gonna go over every UR, very SR, and very choice Rs, so you guys can kind of get a good feel about what you guys, if you guys want to spend your money in this. And I'm telling you, looking at the URs and SRs, this is an automatic, let's get into it. Like, this is an instant buy for at least me. So starting off, the cover card is Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Neither players can special summon more than 2 monsters at the same time. Once per turn during either player's turn, when an effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate the activation. During either player's turn, you contribute the Synchro Summon card. Special summon 1 Light Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position except for Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon is meant to stop pendulums, but pendulums don't exist in this game. Off the top of my mind, I don't know what archetype summon 2 monsters more at the same time. But it is really good because once per turn during your player's turn, when a card activates in the graveyard activity, you can negate the activation. As guys, we talked about it yesterday, Steel Tombs got nerfed, so Spirit Eye of Blue is going to start hitting the meta harder. Element Sabers are, if they're not already done in the meta after the ban list, this is going to do it. This is going to stop Red Eyes. This is going to stop a lot of things that happen in the grave, and I think this is a really good addition. Being a level 9 Synchro, being a Blue Eyes card. Blue Eyes are always going to get love and support, and I feel like they will to the end of, like, forever. Them, Dark Magicians, and Red Eyes, they're going to be loved in this game because this game is meant to cater to nostalgia, and I think this is a good add. On that note, we are getting Michael the Arc Light Sworn. It does life points, target 1 card in the field and banish it. Nice little removal. It targets, so you know, things that can't be targeted, things that negate targeting will still be a nice counter to this, but it banishes the target, which is really good because that means graveyard effects are not going to be floating. And then when this card is destroyed, you can target any number of Light Sword monsters in your graveyard, shuffle into your deck. Really good for Light Swords that are always milling. And you get 3 extra life points for each returned card. Once returned, send top 3 to your deck. As we all know, Light Swords are going to be all about milling. I'm hoping that like 30 card Light Swords is an actual thing, just like 30 card Crystons are. But Michael is definitely going to be like a good addition to it. Evil Genskis are getting support, and this was a kind of surprise for me. Can't be normal summon or set, must be ritual summon using a Genski ritual spell. Once per turn, discard 1 Genski card, target 1 card in the field, shuffle it into the deck. Perfect. Non-destructive removals are something that we do not see a lot in this game. And I think Soul Ogre is going to be like this is I don't think I can keep singing the praises of this set more than I already am. This is a good card. This is a card that you may, like, if you want to go 3 times deep with the URs, this is one of the cards you want to get 3 of. Maiden's Eyes of Blue, when it's targeted for an attack, negate the attack, change the battle position, special summon the Blue Eyes from the hand, deck, or graveyard. For either player's turn, when a card effect activated targets this card, special summon Blue Eyes card from the graveyard. This is an instant 2 to 3 of. I love it. I'm surprised this card didn't come sooner with all the Blue Eye supports we've been getting. Judgement Dragon, special summon if you have 4 or more Light Sword monsters in different names in your graveyard, pay 1,000 life and destroy all cards on the field. It's not a hard once per turn. Once per turn during your opponent's during your end phase, send top 4 cards from your deck to the grave. When I say this set is good, I'm 5 cards deep, and I don't think I've ever been hyper 5 cards deep in a set. No fucking lie. These all, like, Don't get me wrong, not all the URs are amazing, but I'm 5 URs deep and it's just hits. Gladiator Beast Vesparis. As you guys know, when I did my Gladiator Beast video earlier this week, I was complaining. Now I'm a little mad that Gladiator Beasts are getting the best support in this set, but because this set is so jam-packed with good cards, I'm gonna give Konami a slide this time. At the start of the damage step, if your Gladiator Beast monster battles a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use that effect of Vespara once per turn. Oh, you guys can't see it. There we go. All monsters you control gain 500 attack, and at the end of the battle phase, if the card's battles, shuffle this card into the deck, special summon one Glad Beast. It's exactly what they need. Gladiator Beasts kind of do have a problem. Like, no, it's only 2,300, but it makes it a... It makes all monsters gain 500 attack. Remember, it has to be special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster. I'm pretty sure that procs its own effect, so it makes itself a 28k beater. 28 is a pretty respectable amount of monsters, only being outbeat by like 3k monsters like Blue Eyes, Judgment Dragon, and some other key cards. But this is pretty freaking good, and it happens during the damage stat. You do have to control a Gladiator. Wait, I'm not sure. The Gladiator Beast monster that you attack needs to battle and attack. But I mean, it dodges a lot of. Oh no, because it happens at the beginning of the damage step, it doesn't dodge like Wall of Disruption. But even then, if like you need to dodge some risky effects that only activate during the main phase, this works. Dragoonity Course. Now, I believe Dragoonity Structure Deck came out before the last mini box, so this is a little bit late. Now, this is one I'm kind of a little rocky on. Can be used as a synchro material except for a Dragoonity monster. When this card's on the field, it can be treated as a level 4 when used for a synchro summon. If it's equipped, it can be special summon. This one I'm a little iffy on. It's probably a 1 of or a 2 of. I don't think Gladiator Beasts were having too much problem with their tuner monsters. But it's a nice addition. It gives us another target to pick. That gives us 3 little baby dragons to target. I really wish Dragoonities. I did have looked over the set. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I wanted Dragoonities to get another level 4 wing beast. Glow Up Bowl. I'm actually surprised they're adding Glow Up Bowl in the deck or in the game. Cards in your graveyard, you send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card. This is cool. It enables some synchro plays and light swarms. It's also just a generic level 1 tuner. If you don't mind milling the top card, this is awesome. And then our miss UR of the set. Miss is a subjective word. It's Kaiser Voice Raider. Control no monster, special summon this card. This card destroys opponent monster by battle, gains 500 attack. This card is destroyed by a battle, that monster loses 500 attack. Not the worst card. It's a level 5. You can use it in synchro plays if you want to make a generic synchro deck. Of course, Voice Raider might be your thing. It's not a miss so much that it's a bad card. It's just a miss that the fact that it doesn't really add into anything in the set. But as just a let alone level 5 special summon itself like Cyber Dragon, it's cool. And it's a Beast Warrior, so it might work in different decks that Cyber Dragon doesn't. So not a miss. It's just okay. I guess it is a good UR card. Just not expecting it. Now let's get into the SRs a little bit because your boy is a little happy about these SRs. Let me bring this down a little bit. Luna Light Saber Dancer. Fusion requirements: 3 Luna Light monsters. Must be fusion summon. Gain 200 for every Beast Warrior. Every Beast Warrior monster that is banished or in the graveyard. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also protection for a boss monster. During your main phase, except for the turn this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 fusion monster you control. It gains 3,000 attack until the end of the turn. You can only use that effect once per turn. Thank you. Now, we've been seeing a lot of Arc 5 archetypes getting support, or things that are introduced in the Arc 5 anime added to the game. I don't know if this means like Konami doesn't think they're gonna make it an Arc 5, or by the time Arc 5 rolls around, that that they're gonna already give, like, they're already gonna be doing something different with these characters. No, Lunar Lights were actually played by like a main character in Arc V. So it's kind of weird that we're getting monsters like this. It might also have a kind of a say that maybe instead of waiting so long to give us these things, maybe this just shows that maybe we'll get some supports for certain archetypes early. So when these characters actually come out in Duel Links, it's like a free-to-play update instead of a full free-to-play deck. I still wish Konami puts out some pretty good free-to-play decks, but if it just means we might have to go into older sets to get support and we're gonna get free updates when these characters actually come out, I think I'll be okay with it. On that note, Sage of Eyes of Blues is here. When it's normal summon, add a 1 level 1 or lower tuner monster from your deck to your hand. Discard this card and target 1 effect monster. Send it to the grave, and if you do, special summon 1 blue eyes monster from your deck. Sage is going to be working with Maiden to trigger off their effects to summon blue eyes. So I'm really expecting Sage to be an instant 3-up. Note that we also have the little the stones that are still viable that I hope you got in your selection box. I got my 3. Sage is a good addition. Raiden Hands of the Lightsworn, level 4 tuner. Send the top 2 cards of your deck, plus 200 for every Lightsworn sent that way. And at the end of the turn, send the top 2 to the deck. I love Raiden. I play Lightsworns. I play Lightsworn Shaddolls. I play Lightsworns in the TCG. Raiden was my main man. I'm 100% okay with this. I'll go in the set 3 times. I'll go in the set to get 3 Raidens any day of the fucking week. Luna Light Yellow Marty. When this card is in your hand or your graveyard, you target 1 Luna Light card you control set for Yellow Martin. Return it to your hand, and if you do, special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. When this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can add 1 Luna Light spell or trap card from your deck. You only use each effect once per turn. Awesome Searcher, also a really good card. Happy that Luna Lights are actually getting the good part of their support in this set. Especially because another really cool thing about it is as we get into like a letter in the rares, or no, we're about to be coming up. This card, and I want to say this archetype is actually doing things in the TCG. So maybe this is a little love to show that, hey, the TCG players say like, hey, you can play not a watered out, a condensed version of your deck in this game. Gitsuki Shadows, the original summon is exactly 1 water ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monster. This card can be used for the entire requirement. You can start this card and add 1 Gitsuki spell card from your deck to your hand. Shadows it. Gitsuki might be doing it. I know that I tried to put together a Gitsuki deck a few months back before I was even recording. But this is going to be really cool. You only got to waste 2 cards for the ritual summon. I appreciate it. Orcus Harp Horror. You can banish this card to special summon 1 Orcus monster from your deck except for Orcus Harp Horror. You cannot special summon any monsters for the rest of the turn except for Dark monsters. You can only use the effect of Orcus Harp Horror once per. As we get into the rares, this is going to be important. Note that there are no dark machines or dark monsters above this card that needs to be special summoned. So if you're trying to do something with Orcus Horror, this is the highest rarity card that they got. I'm really curious to see how this is gonna go. Also, it is a dark machine. We might be seeing some shenanigans with Desperado. I'm just saying. Charge of the Light Brigade. Send the top 3 cards to your deck, add a level 4 lower Lightsworn. Perfect Searcher, good at an SR. You could have made this a UR and swapped it out with Judgment Dragon, and I would have been perfectly fine with it. Necros Kaleidoscope. Now, I just want to know that this is a Necros card, and there's not a single Necros card above this. This can be used for ritual summon any number of decks. You can use. Whoa, hold up. You can use this card to ritual summon any number of Necros ritual monsters. Tribute 1 monster from your hand, field, or send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Also, after that ritual summon, any number of Necros monsters whose total levels equal exactly the level of that monster. You can only use this effect of Necros Kaleidoscope Once per turn, if you control no monsters, you can banish this card and add one Necros monster from your graveyard and add one Necros. Good news! Note, Necros are a wild archetype as it is. Kaleidoscope is just like special summon. We don't give a fuck. This is the type of support rituals needs all the time. No, this is an SR. You may need to go in the set twice to get 3. That's going to be a problem. Grado Impact. You can target one other Grado card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them during your end phase. You can add one Grado card from your deck to your hand. You can only use Grado Impact effect for once per turn and only once that turn. Card once per turn. It's okay. I think we might see some more Grado cards come out soon. So I'm okay with Grado Impact being the highest rarity Grado card. Probably, like I said, you only need to go in the set maybe twice to get, depending on what type of cells you go through. Gladiator Beast Charge. Target face-up cards on the field up to the number of Gladiator Beast monsters you control with different names. Destroy them. I'm okay with this. It's a little slow, but Gladiator Beast needed a lot of good support to make up for that shitty structure deck. So this is a good stat. And then World Legacy Pawns. Target one face down monster you control, change it to face up attack position. You can shuffle one crawler monster from your graveyard into your main deck, and target one face up monster you control and change it to face down defense position. I don't like crawlers. I hope this doesn't make crawlers good, but I'm happy they got a little bit of support. I don't have all the crawler stuff, so this is a nice little boost. Now, I do not want to go too much into all the SRs. I do want to talk about some choice ones. Mainly, if you guys, I put the link in the description. I want you guys to check out all the Necros rares. Grado Dragon. White Aura Monocros. Oh, this is really cool. I didn't expect this. I don't really want to talk to all of them. We got Judgment Dragon of Heavens, which I was actually surprised because this was a Show and Jet promo card. Actually, a Show and Jet promo card that I own. So I'm surprised that Judgment Dragon's kind of generic evolution was there. Some other notable things that we got: Cat Dancer, we got Gladiator Beast Damonis. Luma is actually a really good one. Once per turn, discard a card, target one level 4 lower life storm monster from your grave, special summon that. Fetus is there. It has to be milled to be special summon, and it targets and pops. Grado Slime Jr. is here. He's adorable, so that's just the only point you need to buy him. Orca Skeleton, Simple Skeleton is here. That's another thing, like Orca's got a couple of support cards. And I think there were some reprints. Orcus Returns, Orcus are Royal Legacy. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The reason why I don't want to go into everything, because I want you guys to look at the Orcus and Royal Legacy cards. Then an Orcus or Royal Legacy card monster from your hand or face up in the field, draw 2. You activate once per turn. This is really good. Like, it's very rare that we get a draw card like this. Some Tetra Orca got reprinted. Some other stuff you guys can take a quick look at. I'm gonna leave the description down below. But what got me kind of tripping is, one, Baby Minerva's here, which I don't want to say is a confirm that Minerva might be here when we get Exceeds. But do note that we are getting Exceed monsters later this year, as long as we stay to the summoning mechanic, or the introduction of a new series once per year. So Minerva's might be coming a little year. Grado Slime's here. He's not as cute as his little brother, but hey. World Legacy World 1, which is a Dark Machine. World Legacy Chalice, which is a Dark Machine. And not the Fairy, but Fairy's here. These are what I'm kind of like... No, we have World Armor already in the game too, so I'm a little Fast Bombers here. I'm definitely gonna play Orcas because they're all based off a musical instrument. I really don't want to go into all of them because this will already be over long enough. I'm happy with this. It is the beginning of March. We do know right before Kaiba Cup we're gonna get a mini box. I'm happy that this is here, and I'm happy that it's giving support I think I was looking in the Discord. I think it's 7+ archetypes that are getting either introduced or supported. Ooh, not you. Are getting oh god, are getting either introduced or supported in this. And this is the box that we need this. I understand that every box doesn't need to be a smash hit, but every box definitely needs to be good. Especially when you have about 20 years of Yu-Gi-Oh to take a look at. So what do you guys think? Leave it down in the comments down below. Tell me what you guys are most hyped for. I love y'all. I appreciate you. This is Marz Super on the Marz Super channel, and I will see you guys on Monday with an update video, and I'll see you guys next week with streams. Peace.